She tries her best to escape. I'm lucky enough to have a big back garden, and we keep a close eye on her, supervise her out there. Took our eyes off of her for what felt like 2 minutes, and we couldn't find her anywhere. We could hear her meowing, and somehow she'd ended up on the roof, 4 floors up. She'd snuck into the house and climbed out of a window and was 4 floors up on the roof stuck. And it was the hottest day of the year. We had to call the fire brigade, and they came out, 5 of them, with a big ladder. They were fantastic. They just held the basket out for her, and I called her name and she just knew to climb right in. They secured it, lowered her down. Very, very, very grateful for them. So we've got that window permanently locked now. That doesn't get opened anymore. I found Shoelace during lockdown in a town called Dahab in Egypt. I was out there volunteering for a cat charity doing TNR, and Shoelace was found by one of our volunteers with a really bad eye infection. She was about maybe 6 to 8 weeks old, so I took her in, took care of her, and we basically just fell in love with each other, and I had to bring her home with me. When we found her, her eyes were basically glued together, with all crusted up, really badly infected. It was obvious she needed to see a vet immediately, so she got taken down there. I had to give her 3 different types of eye drops every 4 hours, 15 minutes apart for 2 weeks straight. So it was round the clock care. Eventually she got on the mend, and you wouldn't even be able to tell if it wasn't for how her eyes look now. Straight away you could tell that she had a personality, because she was just a feral little street kitten. She had 2 siblings there that were terrified of other humans, and she just had to surrender at that moment to the help that she was going to get. She couldn't see, she couldn't survive. She knew we were there to help her, and just straight away trusted us. Even after a couple of days, she'd be climbing up around my neck, rubbing her face against me, purring. Just straight away she knew how to charm people for sure. The process of getting her back was quite long-winded. It was about 4 months worth of paperwork. It was like rabies vaccines, blood tests, sending blood samples off the labs in Europe to get tested and then sent back. It was quite a long process. At first I was worried it was a long journey and stuff, but she took it all in her stride. Straight away she wasn't scared, she was just curious, she wanted to explore, made herself right at home. Having a blind cat versus having a regular cat, there's not actually too much difference. She gets around perfectly fine. She bounces around all over the place, but really they adapt so well. You just obviously got to be a little more careful about what they get access to, and they're a bit more clumsy as well. For anyone that was sort of sitting on the fence about adopting a special needs cat, I would definitely say go for it. There's plenty out there, and there's such incredible creatures that can just adapt so well to whatever happens. I've met a lot of cats in my time, especially when I was out doing the rescue out in Egypt. They really do adapt so well, and it's so worth it, and they do really know that you're there to help, and it just makes that relationship a whole different level. Changing their life is one thing, but they've changed my life as well. Shoelace was there for me in particular through some really, really rough, difficult times, and she helped me find a direction of what I wanted to do at a point where I wasn't sure what my next step was going to be in life. And that sort of moment that she told me that I was given no choice but to take her home, I just suddenly knew what the next plan was, and life's just got better since then, and keeps you grounded and everything,